There we go. We are live. I've probably tried about 4 times for that. Good morning. I was like literally, oh, ready? Staring at the screen, waiting for it, and then it just catches you. We are now live. So, good morning. Give me a hello if you're coming in. Drop a replay if you're on replay. What we're going to be talking about today is how do I know if it's going to work? What to do if I've failed so many times before that I feel like I'll fail again. So, firstly, if you think about this, how do you know it's going to work? Look at your current habits. This will tell you whether it's going to work or not. If you want to know what your body and energy is going to be like in the future, look at what you're doing right now. If you want to know what your body and energy will be like in the future, look at what you're doing right now. If you want to know where you'll be at mentally, perhaps with your self-care, look at what you're doing right now. That'll give you the biggest clue of where it's going to go. Future results are based on what you're doing right now. So that's how you'll know if you're going to get results or not. It sounds really simple. Now, when you've got this thinking that because I've failed before, I'll fail again, and how do I change that? So that's a question I had within this as well. And it comes back to if you've always done what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got, right? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And your brain likes to be right. So if you are always thinking about, okay, I failed before, so I'll probably fail again, your brain will want to live up to that. You'll want to live up to it and just fail again. So what you've got to start doing here is, 1, focusing on today, right now. What can you do today? 2 is start writing down. This sounds really woo-woo, but if you're not doing it, if your attention isn't on this, it's no wonder everyone focuses on the negative stuff. And that's fine. You should look backwards because sometimes you've got to learn from it. And that's a question that we go through. Am I going to use this opportunity to beat myself up or learn from it? It's a big, big moment in getting transformational habit change, which is going to give you long-lasting results. However, what I want you to consider here is if you can write down one thing today that you did well, or if you're watching this in the morning, write down one thing you did well yesterday. No matter how big or small, it doesn't matter. It could be that you just went to bed at a certain time. You drank some water. You got some veggies in when it was quite a busy day. Whatever it was, you got some exercise in when you didn't think you'd fit it in. Whatever it is, you did 5 minutes, even though you wanted to do 10 minutes. You still did 5 minutes. The only way you will feel better is by putting your attention on what you're doing well. Otherwise, if your attention isn't on what you're doing well, where's it going to be? On what's negative, what you're doing rubbish, and you'll create evidence for being rubbish. So no wonder we feel rubbish if all as we're thinking about is the things that we haven't done. And the thing is, it doesn't matter how many times you failed, really, whether you failed 20 times or 1 time. If you keep saying, I failed before, I failed again, it has no association with what you did yesterday. It's like telling a kid, you couldn't spell your name yesterday, so what's the point? You're going to fail again today. We wouldn't say that. And it's that monkey on our shoulder going, right, you failed yesterday, so it means that you're going to fail today. But actually, we have a choice. If you live up to that, I'm rubbish at that, I never stick to anything, we're already telling ourselves we won't stick to it because we like to be right. We do like to be right. And there's a saying from Byron Katie that says, you can either be right or you can be free. You can either be right or you can be free. What they mean by that, what she means by that is you can just stay stuck where it feels comfortable in labeling ourselves with Velcro strips, which you could just rip off at any times, or we can be free and we can just make a choice. Because in this moment right now, as I'm talking to you right now, you have a choice. And the funny thing is, then when you start writing down those wins, you just have to correlate them together. Okay, how many wins did I have this week? Oh, I managed to write down 3 wins. Oh, but then the 4th day, you couldn't think of one. It's rubbish, I'm just falling off. Actually, you're 3-1 up. On the last 4 days, you're 3-1 up. You keep your attention on that. That monkey on the shoulder will look, you've done 1 day rubbish, you might as well do 3. That's a half truth, isn't it? It's not really true. There's a lie in there. We wouldn't accept lies from anyone else, but why do we accept it from the monkey on our shoulder? Interesting, right? So, what happens then is we let emotion take over rather than facts. Actually, we've won the week 3-1 so far. I've found out 3 wins that I didn't do last week, and I've written them down. The facts are that you've won 3-1. The emotion is that you've had a rubbish day today, or rubbish day. And if we always let our emotions dictate what we do, you're always going to struggle because you're leaving your health, your fitness to chance. And that's probably not a great place to be, because remember, we can act differently to how we feel. You've changed your mind before, right? We can act differently to how we feel. And to predict your results and who you want to be, where you want to be, we need to act based on how we want to feel rather than how we feel. Anyway, hope that helps. Offer our morning sessions. If you want more information about our pre-Christmas Fit Challenge, comment Christmas below. I'll get that over to you and I'll see you later. Take care.